Well, I have the ribs laid out for the Viola here, and as you can see, that's got some pretty beautiful wood. Got a lot of flame in it. The way that we get these down to thickness and get them pretty well finished out is by scraping, and scraping sometimes can be a mystery to people. Sharpening a scraper for some reason seems to be a problem. So I just want to give just a very brief picture of how I do it, and it works extremely well. I have a double-sided diamond stone here, and these are just little flat scrapers. What I do first of all is I lay the scraper flat on the stone and make sure that the sides are flat on the scraper. This is the 300 side, and I can flip that over, use the side that's 1,000, polish it up just a little bit. I'll flip my stone back over, and then I just make sure this is 90 degrees and run it up and down on there a bit. Flip it back over to the 1,000 side. And now I have a very sharp edge, little burr on there. You can use a burnisher if you like. I keep a burnisher around, and you can take just a sharp burnisher and push down this edge a little bit, and just you're creating a little hook here. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I can scrape really, get a lot of wood off with this scraper. Now, if I just use just the 300, I'm going to make this scraper more aggressive. This makes it so that we actually get a pretty good finish on it. And this is how we finish out the ribs. One thing you have to remember is that when you're scraping, you need to scrape one direction, because if you try to scrape toward your clamp, I'm clamping this down with just a little quick clamp. You can scrape like this. If you try to pull back this way, you're going to bend that rib and snap it off. Ask me how I know. I've done it when I was early on, when I didn't really know how to scrape. But you see, I'm getting a lot of stuff off there, and it's making this very beautiful. When you scrape, it brings out the grain. When you sand, it tends to pack wood down in. When you scrape, it actually pulls your grain to the surface a little bit and cleans all that out. So then when you want to turn it around, you just, or you get the other end, you just turn it around and clamp it back down again and scrape the other end. We're going to try to get these down to about 1.5 millimeters, just a little bit under 1.5. I don't want to take them down as thin as 1. That makes them a little too fragile, but I'll get them down to about 1.5 millimeters thick, and that way we get good resonance out of our ribs. You know, every part of the instrument, as you put it together, every part of the instrument needs to have resonance, needs to respond and vibrate, and so that's what we're looking at. And that's how I'll scrape my ribs, get them all finished out, ready to bend. I want them to be the right thickness before I bend them. That way I don't have to do a lot of fooling around after they're bent, trying to get them down to thickness.